My name is Angellou Sutharsan, and today we'll be taking a little bit more of an in-depth look at the iPhone 12 Pro. I would like to start off this video by cutting towards the value aspect of this phone. Many people are just saying to skip this 6.1-inch Pro model and to just go with the regular 6.1-inch model or go for the Max model, and I would agree to it to a certain extent. I do agree that the regular 6.1-inch phone is a better value and that going for the Max model over the 6.1-inch Pro is a good idea. But I do think there are some reasons why it is okay to go for the 6.1-inch Pro over the regular 6.1-inch. I think the main reason is the fact that the phone just feels a lot more premium than its lower end counterpart. From the blingy stainless steel to the smooth feeling matte finish on the rear of the phone, this phone screams premium and really does feel like $1,000. And honestly, I think it's fine to just pay extra for materials. There are people who pay for better leather packages on their car, or people who upgrade their Apple Watch to a stainless steel or a titanium model. And I think that just going for premium materials is okay. I wouldn't suggest everyone do it, but if you're really a sucker for the stainless steel and that matte finish, I would say go for it. There are also some other reasons to go for this phone, like the extra 2 GB of RAM, which kind of does keep the phone running smoothly even with a lot of background apps. And also that extra telephoto lens, which many who use their phone for photography will probably find useful. I'm not saying that it's 100% worth it to just go for the Pro model over the regular 6.1-inch phone, but if you really do feel that urge to go with the Pro model, I think it's an alright decision and you probably won't even regret it. I get a full day of usage out of this phone, and I consider myself a somewhat heavy user. And I'm always on my phone, whether it is to watch a YouTube video, read an article, communicate with my friends, or even do schoolwork. I'm usually always on my phone doing something. I think that it would be safe to say that I use my phone more than the average person, and I'm gonna give this phone a 7 out of 10 on battery life, and I will get into later why I gave this phone a low score. The camera on this phone is excellent and extremely capable. I am not too knowledgeable on cameras, and there are probably more qualified people out there to tell you about the camera on this phone, but I will leave some sample shots. For those of you who are planning on upgrading, I had an iPhone XS before and I was very happy with it. The main improvements over the XS were the cameras, the slightly better battery life, the new taller form factor, and the boxy design, which kind of makes the new 12 Pro feel like a bigger departure from the 11 Pro than it actually is. The boxier design helps to give the phone a newer, fresher look and just kind of changes and freshen things up, and I'm really happy that they added the boxy design, or else many people probably wouldn't have even thought about upgrading this year. If I'm being honest, I wasn't really blown away by this phone. It runs iOS nearly identically to my XS, and they almost have the same user experience. If you have an iPhone X or newer, I'm gonna advise that you might want to sit this upgrade out, but for those of you who just upgrade every year or upgrade every 2 years, there's nothing wrong in upgrading. You'll probably feel happy with this phone. But for those of you who are a little stingy on their upgrades, I would probably sit this one out. And because of the lack of a difference, I think that is why I'm returning this phone. And the second reason why I am returning this phone is because of battery life. Right now, the 12 Pro might cut it, but later down the road, it might not even last me a whole day. This feels similar to the situation of my XS. Even though when I first got it, it lasted me throughout the whole day, right now I have to charge it 2 times a day, and I feel like the similar thing might happen with this 12 Pro. But no need to worry, I have 2 solutions to this issue, and that is, wait till next year for ProMotion and a newer and improved battery design, or spring for the Max model. I'm gonna go with the second option. Even though I do not like the bigger form factor, I think the bigger battery and an all new bigger display might help to kind of fix my issue, as the bigger display will kind of change things, and the bigger battery, well, it's pretty obvious that it'll give me better battery life. But for those of you who are patient, waiting for next year is also a great idea, and I would probably recommend it. But you should really not get into the loop of just waiting and waiting till next year or next year, as there's always some new technology around the corner. So if you feel satisfied, just go for it. This phone is awesome, from its brilliant camera to the new design that freshens up the phone. I really like the slightly taller form factor of this phone, which feels a lot nicer than the XS. Unfortunately, this nearly perfect phone just gets crushed in terms of value by the Max model, which is just a shame, as they used to make the smaller Pro model equally as great. I would definitely look into this phone if you are a lighter user, love smaller phones, and also want a premium experience and are willing to settle with a worse camera than the Max. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Angellou, Sutharsan, and have a great rest of your day. Catch up with you next time. Goodbye!